Live.
We're live. I am so not ready. Talk amongst yourselves. I am still plugging one of the, there's a new link in there. You need to refresh your version of the browser, Steve. Oh, I know what I need. Hang on. I need my Luna display. One moment.
Okay.
There it is. Let's see if I can break everything by plugging this in. Otherwise, I have no place for Discord. You need to go over there. You need to go there. You should go over there. Almost ready. Steve takes this 5 o'clock thing extremely seriously. That makes one of us. Okay, let's open up Luna Display. What are you typing so loud, Steve?
I don't know.
You're banging away on the keyboard. 707, that's right. Steve, what are you typing?
I'm typing in the chat room.
Why don't you just talk to the chat room?
Because not everyone listens in the chat room. Everyone sees the text, not everyone listens.
Why is it called Everyone Listen?
It doesn't say everyone listen. It just says live show listen. Some people don't go in there.
Oh, the other one's everyone can talk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Uh-oh, YouTube says 706, Steve.
Yeah, I'll fix that later.
Okay.
That's something I can edit later.
Okay. I think I'll quit Twitter. Why is it quitting? Okay, there we go. Let me get rid of... Ooh, probably shouldn't have closed all that stuff. We'll keep that one open. Get rid of that. I'm almost ready, guys. I don't need preview open. Delete that. Close that. What was that? And I think I can quit email. What do you think? Oh, sure. You know what I should quit? I should quit ScreenFlow. Jeez. That's what I should really do. I'm not ready. Can you guys tell? Steve said, let's go. Showtime, whether you're ready or not. I don't think I need to be in Slack. I don't need to be in iMessage. Probably don't need iTunes. Don't need QuickTime. Don't need Code Editor. Don't need... I should keep Chrome up. I'll get rid of Telegram. And I think I'm getting close to ready for the show here.
Very good.
Live show. Rearrange everything. Probably don't need that open. Why didn't Telegram quit? Telegram doesn't behave very well. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it violates a lot of rules.
So I just wrote a blog post in the last 10 minutes. Oh, you know what? I'm not done writing.
Do you need a moment?
No, you just wanted to go live, so we're live.
Well, it was 5 p.m. Pacific.
I know, but you could have told people to just cool their jets a minute. All right, I'm going to have to wing the ad. That's all there is to it. All right, Kevin, I am going to need reminders. I'm getting echo from you, Steve. Are you sure your audio is coming out of your headphones? Because your typing is super loud. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I am trying new headphones, but there's no audio coming out of my, other than my headphones. I got no...
It's not coming out of your Mac?
No.
Okay. Maybe I should close my door.
That could... Is it delayed? Because I'm getting about a half-second delay from real time.
Yeah, I just heard my door slam.
Now, do you still hear an echo from me?
It's when I'm talking that I'm hearing it a little bit, but I think it's good. All right, at the very least, at 5:04 we should probably do a roll call. I can see Steve and Sandy the Wing Woman and Kevin the Wing Man. We've got Alan and Brett and Dave and let's see who else is really here. Dorothy and John and Rick. Tires. Wait, who's Tires?
He's playing Minecraft. He's probably not
or
actually.
She?
He or she, yeah.
We don't know. And somebody's in on Titanbot. And Frank wheeling up the end of the show here. Else is most definitely not a turkey. Wait, did he call me a turkey?
I don't know who called you a turkey. Oh, that was Kevin.
I'm shocked. Shocked.
Tires is Toby? Oh, it is, yeah.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
So he's
here.
playing Minecraft and he's listening in. Hey, Tires.
I don't understand why some people show as still being in the chat room. Like, why does it show that? I don't think Adam Christensen's here. Is he?
Yeah,
Adam,
but some
if you're
people
here,
leave
speak up.
themselves logged in.
Well, but you can be logged in and not in a chat room, right?
I think if you've joined a Discord chat room and you're logged into all of them. Now you should.
No, because there's hundreds of people have been in the chat room over time, rolling through, and there's only like
if you're
40
logged
people now.
into Discord in any way, you could be doing other things.
True.
I
don't think.
Well, it works. It's worked for me. I log into Discord and I'm in all the chat rooms that I'm associated with.
How do you know?
Because
they've to look.
No, they've pointed it out to me that I was logged in twice, and I didn't think I was, but I was logged in on my iPhone as well as my Mac. I appeared twice in Discord.
Well, then how come we have such a short list? And there's been tons.
Because not everyone is logged into Discord right now.
Maybe.
If you're not logged into Discord, you won't show.
We'll do some experiments to test this theory.
All right.
I think it is time to mute Steve, and it's time for me to start the show. Let's see. Oh, I got to drop in the music. What is it? NosillaCast intro? Is that what we should use? Let's try that. Let's see how that sounds. Shall we? All right. Okay. We are definitely muting Steve. He is way too loud when he types. All right. Here we go. Okay. That is way too loud. Bring that down. And like that. Go back. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, November 25th, 2018, and this is show number 707. Well, last week I forgot to tell you that I got to be a guest on macOS Ken. He normally does a daily news show, but he was taking a bit of a holiday from the news and did a series of interviews with people. I messed that all up. Gonna start that over. And that is still too loud.
Al? I
Yes.
found a way that I can boost your volume here in Mimo.
Okay, so I don't need to have it so loud. But I
think
needed
so.
it for the recording, so I think
Okay.
I think we're okay. With different guests. I changed it to. All right, I'm gonna actually stop almost instantly after I start because I need to put some links in on every one of these. Okay, muting Steve. Oh, wants me to save. It's a way to go. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, November 25th, 2018, and this is show number 707. Okay, believe it or not, we're going to do a chapter mark right there. Al on Mac OS. What does he do? He does it OS Ken. And we're going to find, he makes it really hard to find the links to his shows, man. It's not easy. All right. Last week, I forgot to tell you that I got to be a guest on macOS Ken. I don't know if you guys listen to the show, but he normally does a daily news show. But this last week, he was taking a bit of a holiday from the news and did a series of interviews with different guests. He talked to Adam Christensen, Jeff Gamet, me, and Chuck Joyner. And yes, Chuck was after me. Anyway, it was really fun to have the tables turned and actually be interviewed by somebody else. The show aired on the 14th of November, and I got to tell you, he doesn't make it easy to find a specific episode. So I put a link in the show notes to the specific episode, but I got to tell you, it's such a great podcast. You really should just subscribe to the entire show. Look for Mac OS Ken in your podcatcher of choice. Okay, I'm going to do another chapter marker here. Spamming the universe. Al on clockwise. And, oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. There. Nope. Okay, that's good. All right. Then this week, I had the pleasure of being on Clockwise again with Dan Morin, Micah Sargent, and guest Jeff Carlson. We talked about iOS's discoverability problem. We talked about when we buy gear for ourselves versus other people, what our holiday support tasks are, and using an iPad as an external display for a Mac. Bet you can guess which topic was mine. Anyway, I always have a blast on the Clockwise with those folks. They're just fantastic. They're so much fun, and it's a crisp show that's always exactly 30 minutes. And I got to tell you, this was no exception. I had a blast with all of them. You can check it out at relay.fm/clockwise in episode number 268. But of course, there's a link in the show notes. And just like macOS Ken, you probably just want to subscribe to Clockwise in your podcatcher of choice. I just call it Clogwise. Listen to that again. But of course, there's a link in the show notes. And just like macOS Ken, you probably just want to subscribe to Clogwise. Okay.
That sounds a little quiet. The recording.
Yeah, it does. I don't. But I mean, I'm in the yellow when I'm recording.
All right.
I think something is happening in how I'm sending to you, so you can turn it up on your end if you want.
All
but
right.
Of course, there's a. Plus, I said Clogwise, which I'm not sure they would appreciate. Okay, muting Steve. But just like with Clockwise, dang it, no. But just like with macOS Ken, you probably just want to subscribe to Clockwise in your podcatcher of choice. Episode number 268. But just like with, crisp that up a little bit. But just like with macOS Ken, you probably just want to subscribe to Clockwise in your podcatcher of choice. Yes, Kevin, good. Chapter markers, because I've got yet another chapter mark. I'm going to be spamming all kinds of things in this segment here. So this is holiday address labels. I don't know what that's called. What is that URL title? Let me find that out. It is called Make Holiday Card Address Labels with Mac OS Contacts. This is very exciting for everybody, I think. All right, let me close that. All right, keeping going. I've been reading the hard way. I've been reading the HTML. I was going to say it looked hard to read. Okay, here we go. Last week, I got a lovely comment on the blog about a tutorial that I created ages and ages ago. I'd like to read the lovely comment to you, and then I'll explain in more detail what it's all about. I don't know who wrote it, but Anonymous said, just wanted to let you know that the blog post on creating address labels from the Mac address book continues to be my go-to every holiday season, and it's the best one I've found so far. It actually makes sense and has screenshots, etc. that are helpful. Even though it still takes me several hours to clean up the list each year, your post still saves me hours of frustration. Well, like I said, I don't know who wrote it, but thank you so much. You made my day with that. I don't even remember when the original tutorials were written. They're set as WordPress pages, so they don't actually have dates on them, which I've always wanted to figure out how to do. It drives me nuts that I don't know what the dates are. But anyway, I can tell you, I use these same posts myself every single year to make my labels for my holiday cards. The blog post points to two different tutorials. The first is how to create address labels from macOS contacts. It kind of walks you through how to organize your contacts and then print them onto individual labels with a cute little holly icon. You don't have to put Holly. You can put whatever you want. But anyway, it shows you how to do that. I love this tutorial because I walk you through how you're going to mess it all up and how to get yourself out of the mess. I wrote it that way because I always seem to forget a step or two unless I'm paying super close attention to my own instructions. And of course, I don't pay attention myself. So it's not hard. It's just really easy to skip a step and end up with the wrong thing. So I show you how you're going to do it wrong, and then I show you how to do it right. The second tutorial is called How to Create Return Address Labels Using Apple Contacts. Now, you'd think this would be easier because it's going to be your name on every sticker, but it's actually really easy to accidentally print just one label. And at the cost of these little stickers, it's heartbreaking if you accidentally do that. Again, it's not hard to do it right, but it's easy to do it wrong. So I show you where all of the minefields are. I love these little tutorials because every year I go visit my friend Doreen and we create her address labels, using these tutorials. After all these years we've been doing it, we're sure she could do it herself, but it gives us a great excuse to get together, have a cup of coffee, and kind of catch up and gossip about things. Anyway, her husband Keith thinks we're nuts to do the same thing every year, but we love it. If you'd like to make cute address labels and return labels that are all your own design, check out the link in the show notes to Make Holiday Card Address Labels with Mac OS Contacts. And there were enough typos in that to drive a truck through. I unmuted you, Steve.
Oh, I'm unmuted?
Yeah.
I'm back. Oh, my light turned off, though.
Uh-oh. Did my light turn on?
Well, I think I can turn my volume
light's not on.
down.
Oh, you can? But don't turn it down for them. They like you loud. How come my lights aren't on? Hey, Siri. It's showtime. Tell me if my light turns on behind me.
Coming right up.
There it goes. Why didn't it come on by itself? It was supposed to come on.
It's not clear.
So many things. Now, I saw so many typos. I don't know how to create. Ask you how to organize. No, it walks you. I say
Sorry,
walks
Kevin.
Twice.
I disabled Discord.
What? Why did you do that?
Kevin couldn't hear me.
Oh, that's terrible.
Kevin must always be able to hear me.
I think it's actually easy really to print just a little. The cost is a little. It's heartbreaking. Again, not hard, but easy to do it wrong. I love these little tutorials every year. I can never find the typo the second time. After the years we've been doing it, we're sure she could do it herself because it's a great excuse to get together, a cup of coffee, and catch up. Thinks we're nuts to do the same thing every year, but we love it. I can't find the second typo. Anybody else see it? Steve, did you see it? Nobody can see it. It was after I got started there.
It was under holiday card labels?
Yeah, it's in that section. I wrote it that way because I seem to always forget a step or two unless I'm being super close. It's not hard. It's just, okay. Well, it's going to be what it's going to be. What are you going to do? Okay. So I'm finally down to Chit Chat Across the Pond. And there is no Chit Chat Across the Pond. Okay. Muting Steve. Well, Bart and I postponed.
I think I found it.
Why did you just unmute yourself? Oh, because
I think I found it.
Where is it?
I've lost it.
Thanks, dear. That's really
okay.
This is good video too. Nobody else can see what we're doing.
All right, I'll come back. Shoot.
I should paste the whole thing into Discord and make somebody else find it. I know it's after the quote and it's before the end, and I found one of them because I said I ask you through, and it's supposed to be I walked you through, but I got that one. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
What?
The second tutorial, that paragraph.
Yeah.
Again, not hard, but easy to do wrong. So I should use the minefields.
Show you. Thank you. That was it. Good job, Steve.
Anytime.
You won't be fired today. Okay.
All right, muting.
Film at 11.
Whoops, I muted you.
Oh, when did Rose sneak in?
She actually didn't. She says she's at work and can't. So I think she just joined the chat room briefly, and I don't think
maybe she's listening.
She
Hello,
could be
Rose.
listening. I don't know if she's watching, though.
All right. It's not a show without Rose. Okay, muting Steve. Well, Bart and I postponed programming by stealth this week so I could have a more relaxing holiday. To be honest, I couldn't for the life of me figure out how to do my homework for class and find time to record with him and create the NosillaCast, in which was essentially one full day at home before the show would come out. I was home on Monday and that was it. Anyway, I guess you're going to figure out that excuse is a little bit thin because I just finished telling you I had time to be on the Clockwise podcast. But anyway, the good news is that Bart graciously offered to do an out-of-band security bits, so we have that this week, along with a short discussion with me on a security topic that I'll play right now. All right, now, oh dear, which one's which? I should have looked at these and labeled them. Well, the 315, that must be the other one.
Is this with Troy?
Bart on T2, no. Chip, Bart.
Wait, so there was a chit chat? I thought.
No.
Okay.
There's security bits and there's a little discussion.
Okay. But that's later in the post, right?
No, right there in the parentheses it says Bart and I discussed the T2 chip. And it says I'll play this right now.
But you have security. Oh, it's not a security bit.
Not security bit.
Okay.
Yeah, this very non-standard. So this is. I don't mean to throw you for a loop there, Steve,
but there's no link.
There's no link because there's no article, and it says there's no article.
All right, I'll trust you.
Do you see that? Do you see it says no? Read what it says in parentheses.
No written notes for this one. It was extemporaneous. Ooh.
Yes.
Boy.
I used a big word too.
Making sausage.
Yep, you got it. Okay. Split there. Delete that. Move this up. Why are you sighing so much? You're like.
I think my volume. I think I cranked my volume up too high.
I think you did.
But they were telling me they couldn't hear me in the chat in Discord, so I could turn.
Yeah, but you are just like 5 times louder.
So this is a weird. So we're getting different volumes, and depending on where we're listening, is the problem. Haven't made those consistent.
Okay. I need to listen, so I'm going to mute you because like you breathing is too loud. Fix that little problem. That I'll play right now. So this is an offbeat. Okay. That audio need to come up. And I think nope. Okay. What's that? Oh, you're not supposed to be doing that. There we go. Okay. How about if we Command X that? Yeah. All right. Let's hear how that sounds. Oh, I lost my chapter mark. That's interesting. Huh. If you cut in Hindenburg, if you cut some audio out and it goes across a chapter mark, it deletes the chapter mark. That seems like an odd thing, doesn't it? Okay, I guess I'll go right there. Fine. Go to there. Okay, we'll try that. That I'll play right now. So this is an offbeat, out of the way segment we're going to do. I don't believe it. I lost the chapter mark again. Why is that? Okay. Stop. There we go. From here to here. And that one. And do that. Okay. One more time. Right now. So this is an offbeat, out of the way segment we're going to do real quick here with Bart. I asked Bart. Actually, I don't like that start again. I will. You don't have to start Well, you heard a little sausage there.
Was that it?
Do it. Nope.
Okay.
I've asked Bart to come on. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That wasn't. I'm glad I listened to it. That would have been funny. Okay. Let's try it again right now. I've asked Bart to come on here to talk to us just for a minute about something that I heard Dave Hamilton say. Well, welcome to the show for the little segment, Bart.
Hello.
Oh, That's not lined up well.
Hello.
Ow, jeez. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to turn yourself down. That's gonna.
You want me to turn me down? Okay. Tell me if this makes a
drive
difference.
me bananas.
BANANAS.
Yeah, that's better. To the show for the little segment, Bart.
Hello.
Dave, take on it.
Mm-hmm.
He said that the T2 chip in the newer Macs, why that's so, and is it a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing because it actually means you have genuine security, but it's just not what we're used to for a Mac.
Okay, I think that's lining up right because now it's just me listening. All right. You guys ever noticed how little I talk? Yeah, they're seeing the my video. Look at how empty that top track is. How much I let Bart talk. That always makes me happy when I see that. It's like that's what you want to do when you have a guest on. You know, when somebody else is on the show, you don't want to be yapping all the time. That's so unlike me.
You're not referring to some other podcast host.
No, I'm just surprised when I look at that because I'm like, that is so not like me to have my mouth shut. You know, right? I mean, how often is that?
Well, you tend to talk, but I guess you can listen too.
A little bit, but why? Okay, no, this is all. Hang on. Hey, you coming on and just giving us
my pleasure.
Us a little lowdown on it. Okay, something's going wrong though.
Yeah, I'll let us think.
Nuts. I don't know why. So down here, that needs to be about like that.
Yeah, my pleasure.
That's going to be all screwed up at the beginning. So what did I do?
Try the beginning again.
Yeah, I'm going to... Now this all looks messed up too.
Contains all of my Final Cut stuff ever.
Dope.
Yeah, thankfully Time Machine had it because I didn't have it.
I would have had it on my clone backup though.
Yeah, I kept my clone backup for 4 weeks. It's now been 5 weeks.
See, I think we're just talking over each other a lot. We were kind of...
Did you have bad
constantly
internet delay?
Changing giant big multi-gigabyte files.
No, because that's what I want backed up.
You don't want that stuff backed up instantly.
Yeah, we got in an argument about Time Machine. Go back to the beginning of this. That looks okay. So,
yeah,
is it a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing because it actually means you have genuine...
Okay, there we go. I think I'm okay at the beginning again. I think so. I just slipped. Oh, and look at that. The beginning I got slid over somehow. Okay. Try it again. I'll play right now. I've asked Bart to come on here to talk to us just for a minute about something that I heard Dave Hamilton say. Well, welcome to the show for the little segment, Bart.
Hello.
Dave. Okay, let's go to the end. See if that looks any better. Bye for now, because you'll be back in just a few minutes.
Okie dokie, TTFN.
And then we got into a big discussion of what TTFN means. And where it came from.
Talk to TTFN?
That's all for now? Or that TT...
For now.
But that wasn't, that wasn't the purpose. Okay, so I've got to get going here. All right, then we're 16 minutes in. We got a long show. Okay, muting Steve. Chapter marker. Copy link. Come on. It used to be easier and it got harder. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now. Okay, but we were trying to
John.
decide who started it. He thought it was Snagglepuss. Okay, muting Steve. Next up, we've got a guest recording from Troy Shimkus that I think you're really going to enjoy. He's got a whole list of topics he wants to record, which I think is awesome. I love his voice. I love his enthusiasm. I think it's going to be really fun. Anyway, he recorded this segment last week, but I saved it. So you're going to hear him refer to something that might happen before Thanksgiving, but I don't know if it happened. Anyway, let's listen to Troy. Okay. Troy recorded this twice, and it was interesting. The second time, it was like a minute and a half shorter. And
is this
not
one
missing
on
anything.
MacBook, iPad?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. What happened? Anyway, let's listen to Troy.
Hello, fellow castaways. This is Troy Shimkus coming
I might bring that down.
to you from sunny and warm Florida this lovely winter season. So for the last several months...
Okay. That is good. We got to keep moving. Keep moving. All right. Now, mind mapping by Lindsay. Okay.
Is Lindsay in the house? I don't see her.
I don't see her.
She must not care about the podcast anymore.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Let me refresh this.
Rose is
You're
back.
a terrible person. Rose is back. I had to make a shopping list for the boss. Otherwise, goodness knows what he'd bring back.
Nice, Rose. Keep him distracted.
All right, here we go. Why is this still showing the wrong? Oh, no, come on. Refresh the... When you look at the link to the Mind Mapping Thanksgiving by Lindsay, Steve, do you see like the whole first paragraph is all one giant link, or does it look okay?
By that...
Oh, never mind. It's fixed.
It looks
okay.
fine here, visually. Good. Okay.
Good. Okay. All right, muting Steve. Muting Steve. Third time. There it goes. That was weird. Chapter mark. And this is... mapping. Where's my link? Link. I got too much stuff in this episode. Gonna be long again. Gonna be awesome. All right. Let's see, we want to go to this one, which turns that one into that. Okay, here we go. Well, I have no idea whether Troy ended up swapping out his iPad, even though it is after Thanksgiving, but we will find out perhaps in his next installment. Well, I've always had Thanksgiving dinner at my house since 1983 when I got a new house and my mother walked in and said, "Thanksgiving will be here from now on." But this year, since our house was still under construction after 5 months, by the way, it is actually finally done, Lindsay and Nolan agreed to take over Thanksgiving this year. We still did the turkey and the ham and the stuffing and the cranberry chutney, but we carted it all down there for the feast. Lindsay started to think about the timing of all the different things that had to be done to make the meal a success, and she said, "We should mind map this." I thought that was a weird idea to use a mind map since, everything was going to be pretty much sequential, but she explained why it was the right tool for the job. She said, "You know how in your presentation you explained that mind maps are a great way to get ideas down that are all jumbled up and then organize them later?" Well, she went on to point out that she knew she had these 12 things to cook, but didn't know in what order they would need to go into the oven and the barbecue in order to make it all work. She opened up iThoughts from Tokataware and just started dropping in nodes for each food item. Then she started figuring out the times for each item, like when did she need to preheat the barbecue for the turkey or pull the turkey out. This left her with 3 levels. The top level was the food item, then the time, then to what to do to the food item. After she was done putting all of that together, it was time to reorganize it into a completely different format. She copied and then pasted all of the nodes right back into the same mind map. So that left the left side in the original method, while the right side started with the times, then what had to happen at that time. It was easy then to rearrange the nodes to be in order by time. This was going to be the new master by which things would actually be executed. As she executed each step, she tapped on the node and changed its color to black, and iThoughts automatically switched the text to white so you could still read it. Now, personally, I wouldn't have picked black, but it really worked well for her. I love that my daughter is a geek. I love that she thinks of things very differently than I do, but I love most of all that she actually listens to my technical jibber jabber and she learns from me and then improves on what she learns. Okay, was that too much gushing about my daughter? I liked it.
No, not at all. You can't not gush too much about your daughter.
You might be biased. All right. Now I'm going to actually do another chapter mark. This is going to be the most chapter marks of all time.
This next one's your own, right?
Yes. But the last one was my own.
Oh, sorry.
Little snot. Snot. You've got to figure out how to turn your volume down.
So I cranked it down to... Yeah, I could go down lower.
You cranked it down to twice as loud as...
How about now?
Yes. That's better.
Okay.
But is that making it too quiet for them?
I don't know, because this would be only on the YouTube recording, not the Discord chat room. I'm not sure.
Actually, we don't know how it is there. Did you see what Kevin wrote? Steve's daughter is amazing. And Sandy said, "You mean Allison's daughter?"
Yeah, I think
you know, Lindsay's not here right now, but I'm going to. I need to capture that. Let's see if I need to get a screen capture that.
Who is this?
Don't anybody talk for a second. I got a screen capture. There we go. Did you know you can do screen captures with the iPad by using Command Shift 4 and go right into the markup editor?
No.
Yes. I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm sending this to Lindsay right now. Search Lindsay.
We got a wingman woman face-off going here.
Exactly. Don't talk about that movie. That was creepy.
Face-off?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye.
No one dies, right?
That's a whole story. All right, go away. I was pretty excited to order the new iPad Pro when it was announced. I've mentioned a few times that I have the 12.9 inch and the 9.7 inch, and I was curious about what they would do with the form factors and what model I would choose. When they made the 12.9 inch screen come in a smaller form factor, I was sold. It's possible I could have loved the 11 inch, but I couldn't see giving up all that glorious screen real estate. Now I like to have my iPad sit up at an angle for watching videos, and occasionally I would type on them, so the Smart Keyboard Folio seemed like a good purchase as well. And then in a weak moment with no reason other than curiosity, I had them throw in a pencil. Now you've read all of the hot off the presses reviews, so I thought I'd wait a while to see how the new iPad Pro feels after a few weeks. My point of view will be coming from the second generation 12.9 inch iPad Pro to the third generation. I'm going to start by talking about the iPad and then pencil, but to be honest, the star of the show is the Smart Folio keyboard, which I'll talk about last. The big thing everyone is talking about with the new iPads Pro is how wicked fast they are. The Geekbench scores are higher than most Macs, and it has everyone in a big tizzy about it. Apple says they're faster than 92% of PCs shipped in the last year. When I bought the new iPad Pro, I figured it would be a huge improvement over my second generation iPad Pro in terms of speed. I thought my hair was going to blow back at how fast it was. I might even need a neck brace because of the acceleration. Then I realized, what do I do that actually stresses the processor speed of the second generation iPad Pro? Apps already launch quickly. High-resolution video plays back just fine. When I type using the on-screen keyboard, the little animations show my typing exactly as fast as I type. Swiping left and right to change apps has always been as fast as I'm swiping. So I started trying to come up with a way to measure the speed difference, because it wasn't inherently obvious to me. I don't do much video editing, but I brought in some clips into iMovie on both iPads, and I did the same edits and exported to the same format. It wasn't a big video, but it took a few minutes to export, and the two iPads finished it in about the same length of time. I tried doing a Gaussian blur on complex, multi-layered sample image documents from in Affinity Photo, but both iPads Pro rendered the images instantly. I guess that's a testament to Affinity Photo's algorithms and how well-tuned the app is to the iPad interface. If photo editing wasn't going to tax the machines, how about audio? I'd heard that compressing audio files using the digital audio workstation software called Ferrite for iOS takes a while, so I finally broke down and bought it. I'd been playing around with the free version on and off for a long time, so I stopped procrastinating and I finally gave them the $30. I'll give you some impressions of Ferrite later, but it did give me an opportunity to test the speed of the two iPads. Exporting a 1-hour uncompressed 600 megabyte stereo recording down to an MP3 took around 3 minutes on the new iPad and around 3.5 minutes on the old one. I don't know about you, but 30 seconds faster for an extra $1,000? I guess if you do it all the time and you're being paid by the hour, it would be worth it. If you have a really old iPad, maybe the new the new A12 Bionic will blow your socks off, but if you have any model iPad Pro, I'm not sure speed is a good excuse to upgrade for normal folks. I know everybody else is excited about it, and if you can think of some tests I could run, I'm all ears. I do have some observations other than speed. Face ID is, as expected, positively delightful. Even though I have the perfect finger dampness to make Touch ID work consistently, Face ID is so much faster, especially on the new iPad Pro. Goopy fingers, wet fingers, fingers that are too dry, none of these are a problem when you have Face ID. Using Face ID with 1Password and the tight integration into iOS 12 is simply dreamy. The new third-generation iPads Pro also have a very small bevel around the edge. It's quite natural to grab the iPad on the left bezel when you pick it up. This puts your thumb perfectly over the Face ID sensor. You can't actually see the sensor, so you're going to wonder why the iPad isn't responding to your face. But clearly, Apple engineers did the exact same thing when they picked it up, because two on-screen indications will come up to alert you. When you first try to use Face ID with your thumb obscuring the sensor, you get a little bouncy arrow pointing at the camera, and across the top it will show camera covered. Basically, they're saying, hey, moron, take your finger off the camera. Anyway, it seems to me maybe they could have moved the camera to a position where our thumbs wouldn't cover it automatically. Wouldn't that be a better way to do it? I mean, I should, obviously, I don't know anything about how this design was done, and probably making it work in all four orientations was a higher priority, but it does seem funny to have that little error that comes up that they knew you were going to do it. It kind of reminds me of this piece of furniture Steve assembled recently. After hours and hours of work, he realized, oh no, they didn't give him enough shelf pegs. He was distraught, as you can imagine. You've all been there, right? Well, I looked in the giant box and I saw an orange piece of paper that said, look at the foam to see if the parts are stuck to it. Sure enough, the little pegs were in a plastic bag that had inadvertently gotten stuck to the foam. Instead of redesigning the packaging so the problem wouldn't occur in the first place, every single box by that manufacturer has to have a piece of paper put inside it. I'm going to think of that little paper sign every time I put my finger over the Face ID sensor. Now, I am delighted that the new iPad Pro uses USB-C. You might be like Sandy in our Slack group over at podfeet.com/Slack, who has invested in a lot of lightning cables and was a little annoyed she'd have to start buying USB-C cables. But I've noticed those who have already bought another USB-C device, like one of the newer MacBooks, have all said, wow, this is awesome that it's USB-C because I already have USB-C cables. On my trip to Lindsay's for Thanksgiving, I only had to bring one cable and the MacBook Pro charger for both devices. When I wanted top performance for my Luna display to drive my iPad as a secondary display while I was on the road, I was able to use the same USB-C to USB-C cable to connect the two. I think after you get one USB-C device, you're going to want everything to be USB-C. Well, the Pencil and the way it charges now is good in the sense of how dumb was it before? I took a photo of the two iPads side by side, the old one with its pencil sticking out of the side looking like Steve Martin with the arrow through his head, and the new one with the pencil stuck to the top with surprisingly strong magnets. this change is sort of like how it feels good to stop hitting your head against the wall. Like I said up front, I didn't need a pencil, but I've been having a little bit of fun drawing and then double tapping the flat side to get to the eraser. It works great in Notability, by the way, so that's going to be fun to use in the future. Well, when I bought the original iPads Pro, I got them with this smart keyboard. I like them well enough. The smart keyboard is thin and light, and typing on the keyboard was passable when you really needed it. Folding and unfolding that smart keyboard was a bit of an origami effort, if Helma will forgive me the analogy there. And the smart keyboard didn't cover the back of the iPad. I'm not sure why, but I never managed to scuff up the backs of my iPads. Maybe because they had to replace them so often. There were never scratches. Didn't have them long enough. Anyway, I can't say I'm a huge fan of the smart keyboard since I did have 4 or 5 of the keyboards fail on me over the years. By the way, the one I have now, I think it's failing too. That's on the old one. Well, the new iPads Pro have a newly designed keyboard called the Smart Keyboard Folio. There's a lot to like about the keyboard Folio, but the first thing I noticed was how heavy it is. It covers both the screen and the back, which is a good thing, especially with that camera bump that you want to protect. But the new iPad Pro is so very light. It weighs 7.5% less than the second generation, and yet you slap the keyboard Folio on it, and it actually weighs a tiny smidge more than the old model with its smart keyboard. We're definitely splitting ounces here. My point is, you may be hearing people talk about how light the new iPad Pro is, but if you use the smart keyboard Folio, it weighs about the same as the old one. Weight aside, I find the Folio keyboard itself positively delightful. It's almost clicky, even though it looks pretty similar to the old keyboard. It's stable, and I love typing on it. I don't dislike the MacBook Pro keyboard, but I'm finding myself actually choosing to use the iPad Pro for real writing, where with the old one, I would immediately set it aside for the Mac. The keyboard folds in a much more user-friendly way with no origami talents required. It has 2 angles for viewing, one of which is quite pleasing. The other one is so straight up that at first I thought it was designed for airline travel and coach class was the only thing I could think you would use it for, but I figured out another use. If you have it at the normal angle, when you're doing a FaceTime video, you don't look right into the camera. But if you put it up at that sharp angle, it actually looks much better in FaceTime. So it does have real value. Now, the weird thing about folding up the new keyboard Folio is when you fold it up and you want to use the iPad as a tablet lying flat, when you fold it that way, the keys are then on the back. So if you lift it up to carry it around like that, you're kind of smashing the keys. It doesn't appear to mess anything up, but it just feels kind of weird to be holding it and clicking the keys. Well, the bottom line is that if you have any generation of iPad Pro, I'm not sure you'll be able to justify the purchase of the new model based on speed. I've challenged a few people lately on their public statements about the speed, notably Jeff Gamet and Dave Ginsburg, and when challenged, they both said they haven't actually been able to measure a speed increase. Jeff did say that scrolling looked better and faster to him on the new iPad Pro, but that it was the 120 hertz refresh rate on the newest one that he didn't have on his older one. However, if after, well, fix that. However, if having a bigger screen in the same size with the 11-inch or having a smaller device with the same glorious 12.9-inch screen is exciting to you, then definitely go for it. If you need a keyboard that's much better than the old Smart Keyboard, then I can highly recommend the new Smart Keyboard Folio. I have to say, with that great new keyboard, it's become more and more of a productivity machine for me. Okay. Sausage monkeys. It was.
Yeah.
Now I have to.
But the overall impression I have is that you do like your new iPad Pro much better.
I do.
Maybe much is strong. Significantly. A little bit.
I don't know if the old one could fit into the new keyboard. I'm not sure I would be able to tell the difference.
Because of the keyboard. Well, what about the pencil difference? Just the convenience of that pencil.
But I didn't need a pencil.
You didn't use the pencil much, right?
No, I don't really have too much to do with it, so
We have some sales going on in the chat room.
Oh, really? What are we buying?
Sandy's selling her pencil. Her old pencil.
Oh, I could sell mine, but it has cat teeth marks in it.
Could that be Ada? Maybe Grace?
It was Grace. She was like cuddling up against it and going like this, and I didn't notice she started chewing on it, and I was like, whatever, that's not a big deal. And then I looked down and there's big gouges, so don't let your cat chew on it.
Got that, Sandy?
Good.
Actually, that should be a lesson to anyone who has cats, or maybe even dog. Oh, a dog would probably just crunch it in half.
A public service announcement. Old pencil works with the current generation iPad. Yeah, it does.
Say that again?
Kevin was saying old pencil works with current generation iPad, not iPad Pro.
Oh,
current generation iPad.
Got it. Right.
All right. I'm going to wing an Amazon ad. Are we ready?
Here we go.
He's so excited. Oh, he muted himself. It's a miracle. Well, the holiday shopping season is fully upon us. We've done our Black Friday. You're listening to this probably on Cyber Monday, but I know you're going to keep shopping at Amazon, and maybe you want to start looking at some of the things I've talked about on the show. If you look, for example, Troy Shimkus talked about his Logitech keyboard, and he talked about his little USB-C adapter. If you look at those links in his blog post there, he's got links to my affiliate links. That means if you buy those things through the affiliate links, a small percentage of what you spend will actually go to help the show. It's a little bit extra work to do it that way, but if you hear about things on the show and you want to help us out, go to podfeed.com/Amazon and start your search there. If you do that, anything you do during that immediate session will go to help the show. I really appreciate everybody who makes that extra effort. And if that's too hard, there's a way easier way to support the show. You can go to podfeed.com/Patreon and just sign up to give like $1 a week to the show. Did you learn $1 a week's worth of stuff, or did you get $1 a week worth of entertainment out? Why don't you head over to podfeed.com/Patreon and sign up that way? And then you don't even have to remember to use the Amazon affiliate links. Anyway, I appreciate you, even if you're just listening and not supporting the show financially. It's you guys listening and enjoying the content that really means the most to me. Wow, that sounded sincere. I mean, it was sincere.
That sounded sincere. Wow, you pulled that one off, Allison. Well done.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, another chapter mark. Where did I talk about Patreon? Let's try that. And you want to help us out, go to podfeed.com/Amazon. Anything you do during that immediate session will go to help the show. I really appreciate everybody who makes that extra effort. And if that's too hard, okay, right there. And if that's too hard, I'm good at winging. You're not sure?
Well, there are times.
Podfeed.com/Patreon. What happens? So I've got 3 fields to fill out. I've got the title, the URL title, and then the
What are you referring to?
So if I show my screen for a second.
Okay, hold down.
You see these things I'm filling out up here. So I've got 3 columns. This is like a regular title. This one here. And then there's like another title. If I take that out, what does it say there? It says URL title. Now, I don't know what the URL title is. I don't know. I just wonder why I have to do all 3.
Isn't that what will show as the hot link, so to speak? The clickable link will show those words? Well,
but so what does the word on the left do?
Oh, I see. So these are your chapter marks?
Yeah. So I don't know what the first...
Yeah. It seems the first and second columns may be duplicative.
Yeah. Can anybody check their podcatcher to tell me? Because I don't know whether to copy and paste the same thing. No, but you can look in a previous one to see what it says, right? Ooh, I got to plug this sucker in.
But how do they know what you entered?
Well, I don't know. Tell me what any one of them says if it says two different things, you know? No? It's too much work? Too
I
hard?
don't think that works. Your logic is not sound.
Why?
Because the two different things, they would not know.
Okay, they're going to put into... I'll know.
Oh.
Jeez.
You'll go back to a previous show and you'll investigate this.
No, I'll know. Just anybody tell me what it says. I don't want to bother you, Steve.
You've memorized what you've entered in for these links?
I can just tell. I know that I write a short thing for the first one and then a longer thing for the second one.
No, that's not true. With Amazon affiliate link is longer than Amazon. Heavy sigh.
Yes. You are a pest tonight. That's all I'm saying.
That's my job.
I could have put my security bits music in. I don't know where to put it. Oh, it's too long. Oh, that's not good. I need to take this one and move them way out. Okay, so that goes right there. Nobody's going to look, huh? Most to me. So is Rose giving out her phone number to strangers? Really means the most to me. That's what it looks like, doesn't it?
Well, you trust us, Rose and Rick, but remember that there's a recording of the chat room in the video.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Now, not many people go and watch the video, I have to admit.
I think like three people.
It's mostly the people who have been in the chat room, but is publicly available.
It is funny how the numbers for the live chat are relatively small, but it's one of the biggest value things to me anyway. Yeah. What did I just do?
Yeah, this is where the community is.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't feel like there was a community before we started having a live chat session.
It was like one to many, but it wasn't.
Oh, that wasn't good.
What happened?
That wasn't good at all.
What happened?
Hindenburg just crashed.
How much do you think you saved?
We're going to find out.
Now, if you've been listening to Kevin.
Well, the heck? Okay, what is that? Okay, so it got my insertion of security bits. How did the show end up so long? Good gracious.
I don't know.
Okay, so it got everything but the chapter. It didn't get the chapter mark. That's interesting.
Maybe the chapter
Maybe I didn't
mark
put the
crashed
chapter.
it.
Maybe I didn't put the chapter mark in. It didn't get the split stereo, but that's annoying. So, oh, Lindsay says, "LOL, how sweet. Also, why am I amazing? What did you say about me?" I sent the link. Can you text Lindsay and tell her what happened?
What did happen? Oh, you mean your blog post about her?
Yeah.
The mind map thing?
Yeah.
I'll give her a link to the blog post.
Well, and that's why they said it. So, all right. So here's an example so I'll write security bits for the first title. The second title will be the full title of the blog post, and then the third column will be the full link. So I would know. I guess I could look it up because nobody's going to do it for me. Okay, now we need to save, and let me try that again. Let's split stereo. And tool split stereo. Mine is 860. Oh, the humanity. 2 Hindenburg's crash. Oh, good point. That's a bad day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to get rid of...
Do you think they were thinking of that when they named the app?
You know the answer to that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, but... That's right. We met the CEO and CTO.
TO? Yeah. I love those guys. Oh, I got to find out if they're going to be at the show again. Well, Well, it's not normally that time of the that really means the most to me. Well, it's not normally. Did you just knock on your table?
Sorry. Maybe.
Okay, let me mute you because that was weird. Hang on. Well, it's not normally that time of the week, but it is fine. Thank you, Bart.
You're most welcome. And 1 week's worth of security bits is easier to do than 2 weeks worth. So, works for me.
There you go. I really appreciate. I sound really low. It's very odd. Okay.
I've lost your screen.
You lost my screen? Oh, you know why?
go
Because it crashed. Hang on, let me share it again.
Well, we'll get just 2 of you.
No. We can do it
Nice,
again. I'm
John.
getting hungry.
There's Hindenburg. Great.
That's good. I'm hungry. Are you feeding me tonight?
You bet. There you go. We got your screen back. Yes,
All right,
I am.
Let's see.
I'm
Next
muting.
week, too.
I think we're back to normal next week, assuming life goes right.
Assuming all goes well.
Yes.
All right, cool. Well, we will talk to you again then.
Indeed. And until then, stay patched and stay secure.
The Partridge Family. Why are we getting to see that? Maybe this is my real number? Oh, is that 866-209 or whatever? What was that song?
I don't
All right.
remember Danny Partridge doing that one. Or is this
No.
Danny? What was his name?
I don't know,
Davey?
did he pass away recently?
I think he... No.
And he's our age.
Bart actually
Keith.
isn't live here, Alan.
But hi, Bart. Still counts.
Okay.
All right. I'm bringing up the rear here. Muting Steve. Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Do not forget to send in your dumb questions, comments, and suggestions. Maybe send in a recording yourself like Troy Shimkus has been doing. You can do that by emailing me at allison@podfeet.com. If you're interested in following me on Twitter, you can find me at Podfeet. Remember, everything good starts with podfeet.com. You want to become a Patreon? Podfeet.com/Patreon. You want to join our Facebook group? Podfeet.com/Facebook. Want to join our Slack group, which is even more exciting? Podfeet.com/Slack. Want to join the live chat room? Podfeet.com/chat. Want to try those Amazon affiliate links? Podfeet.com/Amazon. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, head on over to podfeet.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. With enough. Goodbye, Alan. Alan's out.
He's out.
Got to the trailer. I'm out.
He couldn't actually take the ending, so.
I do
but
all
he
of
stuck
those
with
by
you pretty well.
I do all of those by scratch. I wonder if, but I'm sure it sounds like, it's canned.
Yeah, that was a good show. The Partridge Family. Remember that?
Oh, I love the Partridge Family.
That was fantastic.
Did you guys know that Danny Partridge, what's the actor's name? He became so destitute that he lived in a VW in the parking lot. In the parking lot behind Grauman's Chinese Theater. So he was living in his car, and he would come out in front and sign autographs and try to get people to buy him beer and stuff. Bonaducci. That's it. Danny Bonaducci. He was a radio talk show host out here after he cleaned himself up. He was hilarious, really, really fun. But he told the story of how he became so destitute after being incredibly wealthy.
He had a pretty tough life for a while there.
Yeah. Hey, is my video frozen? No, that's weird. On the
not here.
On Mimo, whatever the Mimo remote, it's all messed up.
Have you done a save recently? The sausage monkeys might fly.
All the audio tracks sound weird. Listening, stay subscribed. This is down at -17, and yet I can barely hear my own voice. That's weird. I don't know why that track.
Susan was murdered? The actress?
Oh, really?
Oh,
I didn't know that.
That's the sister, right? The oldest sister?
Yeah, that's horrible. Thanks for Okay, that should be it. Like, yeah, that's about right. Listening and stay subscribed. Okay. All right. I'm going to check this recording because I did enough fooling around. I got to make sure there's no weird gaps.
Little pod feet foolery there.
Pod feet foolery. Yes. Okay, that looks lined up. Are you guys? No, we're watching Steve. We're not watching the recording. That's fine.
Let's
fine.
do the recording.
Mind mapping. This was
actually
Bart.
Let's go full recording.
Woo! Okay, there's Troy. Me introducing Troy. This is Bart and me. So the discussion with Bart was really interesting. Did you know that if you have a T2 chip in your Mac, God, you type loud, Steve. If you have a T2 chip in your Mac and your logic board dies, your data is gonzo on your SSD. That's what we talk about.
That is sad. They should warn the users.
Well, yeah, back up. They're not kidding. Back up. Absolutely back up, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's 6:05 and we've kept people after class, Steve. Actually, I did. You were ready on time.
People were pretty patient, except who was it that left?
Alan. No, Alan's still here.
Alan.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Alan, but every time I say your name, that's exactly what I heard was that
he's still
here. That little video
of the were they chipmunks or prairie dogs? What are those?
Yeah, you need to put a link into it. That what is it?
Those are...
It's just a prairie dog going, Alan.
But I
Alan,
think they switch over to Steve at some point, don't they?
Oh yeah. He goes, I'm not Alan. He goes, Steve.
Something like that.
All right. So, wait, John says Susan Day is still alive. And
maybe
he
it was
said,
one of
that's weird. Now we need to Google it. The Googles. Susan Day. Retired American actress. See if it says her date of death.
I think she's
born?
Still alive.
No, she's not dead. Somebody else got murdered.
Yeah. Whew. She's living.
Oh, the younger sister is dead. The little girl? The one who was the little blonde?
Okay. Suzanne. Okay, not Susan, but so the youngest actress's name was Suzanne Crowe? Huh.
Yeah. Okay, Tina Partridge. Yeah, she died in 2015 at age 52.
But not murdered.
Oh. The cause of death was not immediately reported. Las Vegas said it was due to a medical episode and was not suspicious.
That sounds suspicious.
Yeah, it was heart disease. That's sad. Yeah. Anyway,
good
this
way
week in sad stories. Yeah. I didn't do it. Rose started it. All right.
We should let the glass go.
I think we should, because I'm getting hungry. All right, everybody. Well, I got to kiss Rose goodbye, and we'll see you guys all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Rose.